भूस्वाहा अग्नये इदन्न मम भुवस्वाहा वायवे इदं न मम स्वस्वाहा सूर्याय इदं न मम भूर्भुवस्वस्वाहा प्रजापतये इदं न मम.
गजानना, ए गजानना, गजानना, कुठं गेलाय हा उशिराचा मुलगा? आणि ते सुद्धा दार असं सताड उघडं टाकून. श्री गणेशाय नमः. अस्य श्री रामरक्षा स्तोत्र मंत्रस्य बुध कौशिक ऋषी सीता शक्ती श्रीमद हनुमान कीलकम. देव्हाऱ्यातल्या महागणपतीची पूजा अगदी सागर संगीत केलेली दिसते. तेवढं मात्र चांगलं जमतं गुलाबाला. अस्य श्री रामरक्षा स्तोत्र मंत्रस्य बुध कौशिक ऋषी सीता शक्ती श्रीमद. अरे कुठे गेला होतास रे?
बाबांकडे गेलेलो, त्यांनी छान छान गोष्टी सांगितल्या.
अरे पण घर असं सताळ उघडं टाकून?
वा, घर कुठे उघडं होतं? आतमध्ये आपले महागणपती होते की.
तुझी बोलण्याची बाबा अगदी हद्द झाली. जा, दार लावून ये.
Apparently everything was going on well, but one constant worry troubled Bhausaheb very much. This grandson of his, who was deprived of his mother's love, how to arrange his upbringing was the cause of his worry.
एवढ्या लहान वयात किती विलक्षण बुद्धिमत्ता या मुलाजवळ. पण मी याला किती दिवस पुरा पडणार? काय होणार या आई वेगळ्या मुलाचं?
At such a crucial moment, he remembered his younger brother, Gangadhar Pant, and sister-in-law, Uma Mata.
राजमान्य राजश्री गंगाधरराव, पत्र लिहिण्यास कारण की.
Started from the Adi Guru, Lord Dattatreya, and established on the command of Shri Swami Samartha, and then passed on from his true disciple, Shri Balappa Maharaj. The responsibility of the religious seat of Akkalkot was recently accepted by Shri Gangadhar Maharaj. No sooner did his name flash before Bhausaheb, at once he felt relaxed. He wrote a detailed letter to his brother, informing him of the situation before him, and on receiving his positive response, with just a Lord Ganesh idol in hand, Shriji proceeded towards Akkalkot. Shri came to Akkalkot for education purposes, but his devoted practice of spiritual disciplines continued. He strictly adhered to the observance of internal-external sanctity. The image of this young sage was so radiant that his same-age friends, Ramakrishna and Lakshmikant, could not stop themselves from performing the worship of Shri's holy feet. Shri's academic education began from 1926. This year, he and his younger sister Kamla were admitted in the Shahaji High School of Akkalkot. But Shri's mind was not in academic education. In 1937, Shri appeared for matriculation examination and then came to Raipur. Here, Swami Shivananda took him around their ancestral house and showed all the place. When Shri was alone in Tatyaji Maharaj's room, he distinctly had a vision in wakeful state that somebody is calling him by name. Instantly, he realized that his grandfather was calling him by name because promotion of Ayurveda and treatment of the ailing was expected from Shri in the future. Shri returned to Khamgaon from Raipur. Just at this time, Dr. Saurapurkar was transferred from Khamgaon to Buldhana. Now where to continue the remaining education was the question, and hence Shri cast lots before Lord Ganesha. Go to Akkalkot was the divine command. His life took a new turn. Coming back to Akkalkot, Shri got admitted in Shahaji High School, but his mind was not taking delight in the school books. So now began the reading of Dasabodh, the book he had obtained from the library of Tatyaji Maharaj. Instead of livelihood providing knowledge of the school books, his mind yearned for spiritual knowledge, which enables achievement of utmost welfare. The year 1938 dawned, and with it, a revolutionary incident took place in Shri's life.
1938 सालची घटना आहे ही.
It was the year 1938, and Shriji was engrossed in meditation and performing puja before the samadhi of Barappa Maharaj. It was only then that he suddenly heard one mantra that was being chanted in very solemn manner. He heard that hymn repeatedly for some more times. He immediately sensed that this mantra was being chanted by an invisible divine power. However, he could not recognize the divine power behind this. But from that day, Shriji Maharaj adopted this mantra.
हे मात्र त्यांना रहस्यच राहिले.
Meanwhile, Sadguru Gangadhar Maharaj was not keeping well. The problem of appointing an heir to the Guru seat of the mutt was bothering him. Shri, living in the mutt in the most sanctified state, was his heart's choice, but Shri was not easily agreeable to accepting this responsibility. Finally, close friend Mahadevappa Shabade's compassionate entreaty, and after giving mutual consent, Shri accepted to be the heir. The consecration ceremony was performed on 11th of March 1938. Shri received all the title symbols of the mutt. Gangadhar Maharaj 3 times uttered in Shri's ears the Maha Mantra traditionally received from the Gurus. On 17th March 1938, Shri Gangadhar Maharaj took Atur Sannyas and, accepting the 4th religious order, adopted the name Dayananda Saraswati. On 22nd March 1938, 11 days after Shri's consecration ceremony, Shri Gangadhar Maharaj attained Mahasamadhi. Along with assumption of power, came into Shri's possession all the belongings and deposits of the mutt, but all through his life he never ever touched them. He was a master of the mutt without using its wealth.
यानंतर काहीच दिवसात एक घटना घडली.
A similar kind of incident took place a few days later. One evening, when Shriji Maharaj was performing an arti, an unfamiliar person abruptly appeared before him. This stranger had an impressive aura around him. He called one of the pujaris of the temple and told him that he was going to dine there and would like to have 1 kilogram rice for food. He also said that he was a wanderer and keeps visiting places. After having his food, the stranger then went to take rest under a tree during the night. But to the surprise of others, at the time of dawn, this stranger disappeared from the place despite the doors of the ashram being closed. Shriji later recognized that the stranger was none other than Bhagwan Parshuram.
साक्षात भगवान परशुराम होते.
Oh